Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Behind the Likes. I'm Winter.
And I'm Chy.
And today we have a lot of tea to spill for you.
Are you ready to get into it?
Yes.
No, I feel like I haven't been here forever. Like, when we do our pre-filming and we had 2 guests for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like we just haven't been here by ourselves.
I know, right?
Yeah. So
I missed you.
I know. I missed you. I honestly just said that on live today. I was like, I miss Chy. And I was like, I saw her yesterday, but we're codependent.
I know, yeah.
So.
We really are. When she be leaving, I'd be like, and I'm not even that type of person. I'd be like, miss you, bitch.
We both do the same thing. So it has been quite a bit that, I feel like, what has it been? It's been almost 3 weeks now that we've not done the podcast by ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Has it been 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's been like 3.
We had 2 guests. We had Jaden. We had T.
Did y'all like the guests too? Because I feel like they were some good guests. And I loved both of their energies. I feel like they matched with us perfectly. Am I losing my voice?
She's always losing her voice. We have some Chardonnay on deck today, y'all. But so the guests came, and we want to thank you guys so much for all of the love and support that you guys have given us for T's episode and Jaden's episode. And it was just a lot. It was a lot of positive feedback.
It was so much positive feedback.
We had some negative feedback, which, okay, of course we are used to negative feedback by now, but there is one negative feedback that I want to touch on.
Okay.
Obviously, we know this. So in the comments of like every episode, people have been saying, Winter, stop bringing things back to yourself. Everything isn't about you, Winter. Babe, this is my show, and this is Shy's show. If we want to bring anything back to us, that's what we will do. We didn't go to journalism school. We're not interviewers. When somebody comes onto this podcast, they are coming as a guest to have a chat with us. We don't run a blog page. We don't do that. We didn't get into this to interview.
Yeah.
We'll have guests, but no, you guys have it fucked up. Also, with T and Jaden, and with any guest that's going to probably come on, these people don't know us fully. So when guests come on, we have to talk to them and relate to them and talk about what they're going through and make them feel comfortable with our own experiences. So it's nothing wrong with us talking about ourselves. And yes, I do know that I am a lot more open than Chy is in a lot of situations, but...
What? I'm letting you have your fucking time right now. But this is what I'll say about it. I do appreciate, even honestly, the support, the love. I do appreciate all of that. And I do understand where Winter is coming from as well. Because this is like, damn, it is hard sometimes to hold an hour conversation with someone you barely know. Yeah. And it's like sometimes to be relative, you have to let people open up. And it's just by sharing your own stories first. So I can completely understand. And it's like, when we're in this room, it doesn't seem like Winter's bringing it back to her. It's literally just in a sense of like, okay.
Conversation.
Yeah, it is in a sense of conversation. It's like people may not know, the guests may not know her. So it's just like we didn't go to journalism school. We do read your comments and we do appreciate the constructive criticism.
No.
Even though it isn't always warranted.
We don't appreciate the constructive criticism.
I know, even though it isn't always warranted, okay?
We didn't ask for your fucking advice. Do we go to your job and ask you how to do your job? No. So we don't want you coming to our job and telling us how to do our job. Yeah. In the beginning, obviously, people were saying stuff like, don't talk over each other.
Yeah. And we understood that, and we still have trouble with it too. Yeah.
But that's just how we are in normal conversation. So like when people are like, don't talk over each other, that's just how we are in real life. Yeah. And like sometimes if I talk over Chy, it's like, we're like 2 bodies, 1 brain. So if she's saying something, I'm like trying to finish her thought or like whatever the case.
Because sometimes I may have a runoff sentence and I may say the same shit 12 times and she's like trying to like nip it in the bud and we do the same thing.
Summarize it.
she's like basically, and it's like I know that's what it is. So to me, I don't take offense to it. And it's like, what do y'all think I am? Some type of that's going to deal with somebody who's just going to be like bullying or something like that? No, that's not the case at all. It's just,
I hate that.
I know it's like
I think it's just because like. To the outside world, people know my personality to be really strong. They don't realize that she is a strong personality as well. And just because you guys don't know her as well, now you guys are getting to know her way better. But like people, for some reason, think in their mind that like, oh, Winter talks over Chy. It's like, Bitch, we have a very healthy, balanced dynamic. Like, it's just our relationship. Like, there's nobody's above anybody, below anybody. It's like we're twin sisters in the womb.
And we're 22 episodes in, so y'all need to be getting hip to the game.
How many episodes are y'all in?
22. We're doing good right now.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Literally the other day, she was on the phone with her man, and she had said something. What did you say? We were talking about spirits or something. We were talking about something we would do on like a Patreon. And she was like, yeah, I be calling spirits. I was like, not demons.
Huh?
I remember
I said what?
You said something, and he was like, y'all so mean to each other. And I was like, maybe I need to stop being so mean.
Yes, he was like, you guys are so mean to each other. You guys need to quit being so mean to each other. And we were like, no.
But you know what's crazy? That it be rubbing off on my other friends sometimes. Like that A and B personality. I'd be like, I'll say something mean to my friends as a joke, and they'd be like, why'd you say that? And I'm like, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, that's just how our personality is. Like, we're brothers. Like, that's what I always say. Like, people be like, oh, you guys are so cute. I'm like, we're fucking brothers. Shut the fuck up.
No, but I do appreciate the love and support. And whatever. It is what it is. We get it.
We love the love, though.
We love the love. And that's what I wanted to emphasize. We get a lot of views. We get a lot of love. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with us so far because we know that sometimes shit can hit the fan.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, recently, we had a blueprint. Podcast. And
what do you mean? What's Blueprint?
We were following in some footsteps, and then their footsteps.
What do you mean? Whose footsteps? I'm really being honest. Who are you talking
Remember?
about?
B. Simone and Megan Ashley?
Oh.
And so when I seen that, I was like, oh no.
Because B. Simone and
yeah,
Megan
and it's just like we don't
even have this on the card.
We don't even have because it literally is.
It just comes up
because it's literally just like friendships, and it's like it can literally go to shit and go to the feel like we have to discuss things outside of this podcast and to make sure that we're both on the same page at all times because we don't want to end up like you know what I'm saying. And
yeah, I mean, honestly, I am friends with B. Simone, but I don't even know the inside scoop of why they broke up.
I was trying to get her to get to it. I was like, ask her this.
I wanted her to tell me.
Right?
I was
like, what is it?
I was texting her. I'm like, so.
And she was like, God, all in God's plan. Girl, tell us the tea.
What happened, girl?
Come on the pod.
Yeah, come on the pod.
Over.
She'll come on the pod. I'm pretty sure she'll come. Yeah,
because you went on hers, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she will come on the pod. But no, we don't want it to end up like that. But also, I mean, I don't really know. So like, don't word for word me. But I'm pretty sure. I think they had like a friendship for like 20 years, but I think they had just like rekindled a friendship. I read that somewhere. So I don't know if that's 100% accurate. B. Simone did not tell me that. Yeah. But I think the difference is like we're best friends in real life every single day, 24/7. Like, you know? And I mean, but we do know like things do happen as best friends and like it's hard to deal with. And honestly, I do wish they would have worked their shit out. I don't even know what it was, what happened, what the issue was, but I mean, it's sad because they really, they were #1 podcast in the world, I think, at one moment. Crazy. And they're 2 Black women, you know, like I think that that's like a huge accomplishment. So to find out that, you know, they had to go their separate ways for whatever differences, like it was scary for us.
Yeah, I felt, I really did. I was just like, oh my God, no. Like
this can't happen to us.
This can't happen. We were just like, oh my God, what's going on? And it's just like, to me, it's like, another reason I thought of that, because when you're talking about the comments, is like sometimes negative comments will get to us in a sense. And it's like, look, we have to have tough skin to be here. We're not begging for, you know, like, be kind to us, please. You know what I'm saying? We're not even.
I mean, but kindness does go a long way.
It does go a long way. It does. But it's just like, I don't know the details of their friendship or their experience, but it's just like, to have a clear understanding with us two is the biggest thing to me. So that's why I be telling you, I'm like, I don't care what they say no more at this point.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, I don't care about what they say about us. Yeah. Because, well, that pisses me off. Like, sometimes people will say things about you and, like, obviously to me, like, that's not your friend because of, like, the whole, like, episode 9 thing. And, like, to me, I'm just like, you guys sound absolutely ridiculous. I get defensive over it because I'm like, this is my best friend. This is my sister, my soul sister, my fucking partner in crime. So like to hear anybody say, oh, that's not your real friend, is like a slap in the face to me. Like, I don't know who I have in my life.
Yeah, same. And I've had to do the same thing. It's like every single episode, it's like, we're not gonna do this. We're not talking to you crazy. I'm just like,
but that's been like, even before we did the podcast, people always went to Chy, like, you know, saying negative things about me. So she's had to be accustomed to that because people already have their opinions about me. Yeah. So I think that with us, like, we've had to know who we are and where we stand in our relationship to like not let anybody from the outside alter how we feel about each other. Yeah. No homo.
Love you. I know, right? I was just like, oh my God, this is so sweet turning out.
It's so gay.
It is.
Sorry, LGBTQ+. But
because one thing about it, I can't say nothing gay.
y'all be on her ass about Chy homophobic.
And look, I'm sorry.
She's from the South, y'all.
No. cancel me if I don't want my man sucking a little dick on the side too. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna stand by that one. Like, I'm sorry. I don't care. Like, you can do whatever you want to do, but I don't want my man.
You don't want your man
sucking some penis on the side. Yeah,
from the rooter to the tutor.
Rooter to the tutor. I ain't doing none of it. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm not. You can do whatever you want to do. You can live your life. I think it's very weird when people care about other people's sexual dynamic preference in any way, shape, or form. So I don't care.
True.
I'm only worried about me.
Facts, as she should. Miss Selfish in her selfish queen era.
I am. Y'all got my hair done.
Oh, look. Bust down.
Bust down 30 inches. Don't nothing change me but a bust down jet black 30 inch.
Period.
And they was trying to come for me, talking about that ain't 30 inches. Sis. Bitch, first of all, I'm 5'11".
Yeah.
You be 5'2".
Yeah.
It's different on y'all. Okay.
Yeah. 30 inches be down to our toes, bitch. On that bitch, it's down to her titty. So.
I did cut a few inches. 30 inches getting real thin.
Yeah, 30 inches is... Oh, I'm about to get my hair done tomorrow, y'all. I'm tired of being bald. But there's been a lot of stuff going on right now. Weekly. Oh, well, I want to do my weekly catch up.
Do it.
So my man.
I
have a boyfriend now.
I know. Y'all, congratulations.
Yeah.
It is. This is something to clap about. Yeah, this is, girl. The first thing, look, I told her, I was like, get off of my pussy. She called me and was like, I love you the most. I was like, please relax.
Look, bitch, this don't change nothing between us.
I'm like, you don't gotta tell me that.
He could be here today and gone tomorrow. We're locked in for life.
She called me on FaceTime. She was like, so how do you feel? I'm like, go suck that man's dick. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, you know, you got to let people know who's number one in your life.
I'm crying. But I am happy for you. I am happy. I think he's a good man. I'm excited to see what the future holds with this.
Great. He is great. I don't know. I don't know. It's like weird.
When's the last time you've been in an official relationship like boyfriend, girlfriend?
Boyfriend, girlfriend. Oh, honestly, a couple times. But like,
no, like
a guy to be like, will you be my girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'll have men, but like, it's not that boyfriend, girlfriend conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as I got older, I was like, no, you have to ask me to be your girlfriend, because if it's like, we know we're locked in, but then if something shady arises, they can always throw in your face, we're not in a relationship. Exactly. I got over that shit. I'm like, no, we are in a relationship. I need you to mark it, put it on.
Today's the anniversary. Wait, so what's the date?
November 13th.
November 13th.
Yeah, so that's like the official day, I guess. But
it's our anniversary.
But yeah, no, it does feel good. But like, also I catch myself, like, I got some things I need to work on. I think the biggest thing that I need to work on is my commitment issues. Like, I feel like when there's one issue, I'd be ready to pack my bags and walk out the door. Like, if I get irritated, I'm like, well, okay, well, this was fun, ready to head out. Like, you know, like, I'm just used to these toxic on and off relationships. So for me, you know.
I mean, but it's good that you're aware that that's what you've done, because I feel like people who are oblivious to how they act, they continue to be in that same cycle. So I feel like you already a step ahead by noticing that and being like, all right, well, I know I'm kind of tripping. This isn't that much to be bad over. So it's like you checking yourself while you're doing it, which is the best part.
I think my mom helps me the most with that, because like I call my mom for everything. I tell that girl everything.
And be mad.
Yeah.
Be mad afterwards when she have her
own
opinions.
I call my mom and I tell her, I'm like, he did this and he did that, and I'm done with him, and like, I'm just over it. And she'd be like, you have no understanding of what a relationship is. Like, you got to stick it out with the person. And I think that's why for years I was okay with like these on and off toxic relationships, because I was just like, toxic on and off works for me, because we'll be on, okay, cool, I can go do my thing, date other people, blah, blah, blah. You know, I really love you. We'll come back, mess around, have fun. But now I'm like, you know, I'm grown now. So let me like buck up and like, you know.
I feel like it's no stability in toxic. I feel like it's no like, I don't like, we're at that age where it's like, I want to see a future. And like toxicity is just, I don't see a future in that anymore. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm at this place in my life where I'm like, I don't even really want to argue. And I know that arguing happens. I know that you have to, I feel like arguing is also healthy. I feel like when people are like, we've never had an argument, I don't know. I don't feel like you know somebody until mad day comes around. So it's like, I want to know how you act on all levels. When you mad, sad, broke, disgusted, you know what I'm saying? I want to see the good, the bad, the ugly with you, because in marriage, you can't just leave after the first, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I feel like with dating, that's what our goal is to get to, marriage.
100%. And also, like, I do feel like I don't want to argue like hella excessively in relationships. Like, I feel like I'm the type of person, like, I'll take an argument and I'll drag that shit.
Yeah.
I'll drag that shit to a full-blown blowout, bitch. You want to make a scene, bitch? Let's make a movie. That's really how I am. So, like, now I'm trying to, like, I'm getting out of that. I'm like, if we have a disagreement, let's talk through it. Let's get past it. You know, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
which is good. I feel like it's just growth in the whole just relationship in general, because I've been through the ringer. I got this new hair for a reason, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I ain't talking about it.
Okay.
She want me to, but I mean, honestly, I'm going through this phase right now in my relationship where I don't know. So I can't even tell you. I really can't. It's just pure honesty. I really can't. I don't know what to say. The last time we were by ourselves, I was in a place of, you know, just feeling very stagnant, and now I'm just figuring my own stuff out, you know, and it's just difficult. It's a lot. And it just kind of brings me to like the holidays, and it makes me think about people who probably aren't in relationships, who haven't gotten a relationship right now, who are alone, who are by themselves, who...
Well, nobody's ever by themselves, even if they're not in a relationship.
Because God's with them.
Nope. Oh. I was going to say because I'm with them. But I mean, yeah, God too.
But no, I'm just at a very interesting place in my life and in my relationship, and I just want growth in all aspects. And I just feel like if someone isn't growing with me, we might just have to grow apart. And
sometimes you need to fuck off. Just saying in general. Just saying in general.
And I understand that as well. And that is true. That is very true. But I just feel like right now, it's about growth.
I think that you are in an amazing place in your life. And I feel like I've been telling you this for years. You are extremely smart. You're extremely beautiful. You're funny. You have so many traits that dream and wish that they could naturally have, which you do have. And there are so many blessings that we have been getting. And I think the best is yet to come.
Thank you.
And yes. I don't really know. Was that the right thing to say? Hopefully that was the right thing to say.
Yeah, it is the right thing to say, because it's true. That is true. The best is yet to come. And I feel like...
Let's have a sip.
Yeah, let's have a bev.
Cheers.
Because I'll cry.
Don't cry. And you have nothing to cry about. We'll brush past it this week. Speaking of holidays, seasonal depression.
Speaking of holidays and seasonal depression, yeah. No. Because I do...
Oh, yeah.
We got a new engineer. He's just staring at the screen and looking at us like, what is really going on right now?
Yeah, the new engineer is looking at us like, what are these girls going
But
through?
no, I did want to speak about, like, you know, seasonal depression and like the holidays, because a lot of people do experience that. It is a higher raise in suicide rates during the holidays.
Oh, we're getting deep.
It is though, but it's because like a lot of people do feel alone. A lot of people don't have family members. A lot of people have gone through breakups. Either it's in a relationship or a friendship or family. They've gone through deaths. Like I just recently spoke to one of my friends one of his parents passed away, and it was just so heartbreaking. And it's just like right before the holidays, or it's like people experiencing their first holiday without a significant other or without a family member, a parent. And I just want to say that my heart goes out to everyone who is experiencing that and who is dealing with that, and that you aren't ever alone, and that there's always other methods.
Masturbation. I'm just kidding. What?
I always say to go around love, and then I'm like, some people be like, I have nobody. Mm-hmm. And I say to that, when you have nobody, I always say I'm a big advocate about volunteering. I volunteer every Tuesday downtown at Skid Row, and I feel like if sometimes stop,
I'm just kidding.
Up.
I'm just kidding.
I feel like sometimes if you don't know where to place this energy or your sadness, I feel like sometimes it's always helpful to help others. And I just think that's the best option if you have nothing else to do. I feel like to help someone, to go to a turkey drive, to go to your nearest shelter, to go to, just to help, just to see where you can place yourself and be a blessing in other people's life.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the best thing for the holidays right now to be able to do.
I think that for me, sorry guys, bringing it back to me.
Shut up.
I think that for me, obviously, like, as we've talked about in the podcast before, like, I've gone through a lot of stuff as like not having family and like blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I remember being younger and being like, I have nobody for the holidays. I remember doing Christmas alone, Thanksgiving alone. And it's like my mom would always like work on Thanksgiving or Christmas because like she gets like double pay or whatever, which no shade, like get your money, Melissa. But like, I think that for me, for years, that really, really affected me. And I think like, I want to say like 3 years ago, I was like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of feeling like I have nobody. I'm tired of feeling like everybody has a family and something to do and I don't. And like, it kind of was like embarrassing, low key. Like people be like, oh, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you doing for Christmas? What are you doing? And I'd be like, nothing. Like just literally by myself in my apartment. And then I made a step to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to try to scavenge my family and bring them together. And like, I feel like if you feel like you have no family or your family is not close, just try, like, you know,
sometimes take that initiative.
Yeah.
And sometimes step out of the box. I feel like sometimes it is sometimes inviting yourself to other people's friends.
Please tell them why we just said that.
Okay, because I'm going to a Friendsgiving after this. May be shady too. Okay, so I got invited to a friends. Well, I didn't get invited to one Friendsgiving. I invited myself.
She was like, can I come? And they were like, sorry, babe, the placement's already made. And then today I got invited to a Friendsgiving and they were like, sorry, babe, the same literal thing. The placement's already No,
like,
for me though.
For her.
Because she was like, can I bring a friend?
Yeah,
and
they
were
like, can I bring a friend? We're going to film.
It's like a seated Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so I'm just like, Friendsgiving isn't that friendly today. But ignore that. Because that isn't going to be everybody. We live in LA. It's a little different out here.
I'm like, you bougie ass bitches. Friendsgiving is supposed to be
pull
up.
Bring all, pull up,
Yeah,
bring a bottle.
the more the merrier.
Bring Patti LaBelle sweet
Right.
potato pie. You know what I'm saying? But I will say in those instances, you do have to step out of the box. And like sometimes if you can't go to a party, sometimes bring it to you. Or if you don't have any friends, like, you know, go to church.
Yeah, I think that's what I started doing. I started just trying to like bring my family together as much as possible. And like, even if it's like I haven't talked to these cousins in years or I haven't seen these uncles or aunties in years and we're all off doing our own things because that's how my family is.
Yeah.
When my grandma was alive, my grandma was kind of like, well, my grandma was really sick for many years. My grandma had Parkinson's disease. So everybody kind of like gathered to her and like she was like our root of our family. And then
It's always the grandmother.
Yeah. And then when she passed away, it was kind of like everybody just off doing their own thing. But then it became like, okay, well now I'm a grown ass woman and it's like nobody's taken the initiative and it's like, let me take the initiative. And this year I'm not doing Thanksgiving. Last year I did, but this year I'm for the first time having my mom and my uncle and like my cousins on my mom's side come meet my cousins and family on my dad's side. So like I'm still
integrated in the family?
Yeah, I'm still trying to take the
Are you going to the
initiative. No. I'm staying out here. So I have like cousins out here and stuff. But like I'm still kind of trying to take the initiative to like this is still my family and like, you know, my mom's family is who I was like raised with. But I'm like, this is like I want to bring us together. Like we're still all family at the end of the day. It don't matter if you second cousins, third cousins through another person, auntie, uncle, whatever the hell, just like I said, the more the merrier. Like it's just family and that's, you know, a big thing. Seasonal depression is a real thing though. And I think that I used to definitely go through that a lot. That used to be really hard for me.
Yeah. And when I moved to LA and I felt that way, like I'm like, my family's all in Louisiana. I'm so sad. I'm so depressed. And what I would do, I honestly would go volunteer. I would go give turkeys out to, you know, like the homeless, or I would go like do like little food lunches or something, or tray passes, just something like that. I would do something. And it makes you feel better, but it's also, it makes you feel better because you're making other people feel better. And you know what I'm saying? I just feel like that energy is all together. It all comes back to you. I feel like when you put good into the universe, it comes back. God always blesses you wholeheartedly when you give into the universe.
You know, I was thinking about that. I was like, we should do a turkey drive. I don't even know how to do no goddamn turkey drive.
You know what is crazy to me? Why they giving away free turkeys to the homeless though? I never thought about that.
How you gonna cook the fucking turkey?
How you gonna cook it? They got, look, they be having a little
girl, they ain't about to pitch a fucking fire in that tent.
I'm crying. But when you are with your family, though, that's another thing we're talking about, like family drama, dealing with family drama, like crazy aunts, cousins, sisters. I have 4 older sisters, so it always gets, it really goes down.
Girl.
For holidays, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's 5 women, well, 6 women in the house, and all their kids. My dad just be minding his business, smoking his weed in the back. He don't even engage with us no more, but it is always sometimes something that may go down. I'm like, who about to fight today?
Girl, 4th of July, I had a whole situation with my family.
Ooh.
Shit was crazy. One of my auntie.
What happened?
Girl,
you never even told me about this, which is so funny. I remember you talking about it, but I was like, what really happened?
So I had my homegirl Isha come with her daughter, and we went to 4th of July. Keep in mind, I hadn't been around my dad's side of the family for like a while because one of my cousins, he's younger, but he's weird as fuck. Like, he looks at me like a social media person. He looks at me like, oh, this is somebody who's famous, who I'm related to. He doesn't look at me as like a family member. So when my granddad passed away on my dad's side, it was some drama with my dad's side of the family because I didn't go to the funeral, and they were all like hella mad at me because of it. And I was like, y'all can't be mad at me because I didn't go to my grandfather's funeral. Like, first of all, I had just went to my homegirl's funeral. I was I just was oversaturated with death and grief. Yeah. And like at the end of the day, like, okay, my grandfather, honestly, I don't really know my grandfather like that. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna just be honest, like, I really don't. And I don't know my dad like that. So it's like my granddad passed away, and everybody's like, oh, you were the only grandchild that wasn't there and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but like, I don't really know him. And I remember when I was younger and like going through my shit as a teenager, I remember reaching out to my grandparents and being like, I'm about to go to not a shelter, but like child services. If you guys don't take me, can you guys please take me? Because like I had an issue with my mom and whatever. And they were like, no. They like were like, absolutely not. Like, we're not taking you.
So you held on to that?
No, I didn't hold on to it. But it was just like, I don't have a relationship with you. You never stepped up for me the way that they stepped up for their other grandchildren, which they did. They stepped up a lot for their other grandchildren. But on 4th of July, it was an issue because my aunt, who is my grandfather's child, was like, oh, you weren't at my dad's funeral and blah, 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 and da-da-da. And I was like, okay, well, like, you don't even know what I was going through at the time. Like, my grandma understands what I was going through, so why don't you understand what I was going through? Like, bitch, I was going through some shit. And she was basically like, I was like, what did I say? I was like, I was calling her, I don't want to say her name though. It, I will.
No.
I don't care. I was like, Auntie Paula. And she was like, I don't even know you.
Then why you mad I ain't come to
She
your
was
daddy's
like,
funeral?
why are you calling? She was like, you calling me Auntie Paula? I don't even know you. And I was like, okay. I was like, I don't even know you. So then what you mad for? The way that you don't know me, I don't know you.
Same thing, yeah.
So it's like nobody stepped up for me when I was a child or anything like that. So it's like, what you mad at?
Yeah.
And then she was like, it low-key almost got physical. I'm not gonna lie, because she was like in my face, and I was like,
"So what's up? How old is she? She was old. She's like
older. She's like in her 50s. Yeah, she's grown.
She had a little,
she's grown, but like, you know, she was
on her shoulder.
She was trying to play with me. She was like, "You're just like your dad," and I'm like,
I don't even know him.
I don't even know that. So I don't know what to tell you. Okay, but
you know what annoys me though about that story is that I feel like you were protecting your peace and you had your own boundary in that moment. And I honestly feel like I do not have to explain my boundaries to anybody. I really don't. And I'm like, if I feel a certain type of way about something, that's just that. I've had to learn how to say no. Because you know me, I will bend my back. I'll bend over backwards for anybody if they need me when I have a million other things to do. But like this past like 2 years, I've been very stand on like my ground. And it's just like, I don't have to explain anything to you. If I didn't go, I just didn't go.
And that's what kind of another issue was. Cause like I had cousins DMing me like, oh, you're hella out of pocket. And one cousin DM'd me and said, when I see you, it's up. I said, bitch, it's up. Okay, it could be up. Like, what are you talking about? Cause I didn't go to my granddad's funeral. Like, that's weird as hell to me. Like, y'all look at me like I'm just some random famous Hollywood bitch that like don't give a fuck about myself or my family. And that's not it. The fact of the matter is, the only person that I have in this world is myself and my mother. So to me, it's like, don't you ever dare question me or what I'm going through when you have not even picked up the phone to say, hey, are you okay? What happened? And if my grandmother
coming with aggression is nuts.
Right. If my grandmother understood the situation, because my grandma was like, hey, like, why weren't you there? And I was like, I'm going through hella shit. I had my clothes laid out. I was ready to go to the funeral. I was ready to,
was it
go.
in LA?
Yeah, it was in LA. And I was just like, the morning came and I remember calling my mom and I was like, Mom, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't go be around it again. I had to see one of my close friends in a casket only weeks before. To me, that is like overwhelming. So like, no, I don't want to be around death again right now. Like I was just in a crazy grieving process. And it's like, if my grandma can understand where I'm coming from and she can look at me like a human being, you should be able to look at me as a human being too, not just as some internet.
And when the people who matter understand and get it, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
In my family, though, I remember for when COVID first happened, and two of my sisters are kind of like Kim and Courtney in a sense. That's the only way I know how to really describe it. So like, they coexist, obviously, of course, and they love it. We all love each other immensely, but one wrong word, it'd be like, what you said?
Yeah.
Like, so I had,
hold on.
So, right? Be like, hold on, we ain't gotta fight. So I had COVID. This is the last time. This was like 3-4 years ago. I had COVID. I had just gotten COVID, and I was in Louisiana. Flew, traveled. I didn't know I had it.
I remember that.
Yeah, remember I was like, I can't smell the perfume. And so I was like, oh my God, I had to go get tested. I had to go to the lady at the lake. I had to get tested. And one of my sisters was extremely like, oh no, you got COVID, you gotta do this, we gotta do this and that. But it was very sweet to me still. It was just like, you need to do this, you need to do this. And my other sister was like, you need a backup offer, because she good right now. And I was just like,
now you need a backup offer. Hold on, guys. We don't need to make this a thing.
I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm started crying. I'm like, y'all ain't gotta fight over me. It's okay. But it always be something. And this Thanksgiving, I pray to God that it is all copacetic, it all runs smoothly, because
I can't wait to meet your family, by the way.
all
of them.
They'll
everybody.
love you. They're gonna love you. But you met my mom, and you talked to my sisters on the phone.
Yeah.
But like, we had like a kind of like a health scare with one of my family members recently. And so all of my sisters are coming together. Three of us live away from Louisiana. Two of them still stay in Louisiana. So it's hard to get all of us together, especially with kids and traveling and everything else. So it's just like, we are making it where it's like adamant that we go this year, that we're all going to be together. So I'm excited, because I get along with all of my sisters very fine, like very easily. Like, I'm the baby. Like, if you got a problem with me, it's just, you mean to me.
I'm just a baby.
I'm just a baby. I'm just a little girl.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm excited for that. And like, we're going to be doing all of the cooking. So I'm just excited to bond with my sisters. And like, I need to be around some love. And it's just like, it really does. Like, I cried earlier today. I was like, it makes me so sad that some people don't have an escape to go to. Like, remember when I told you, I was just like, I need to go home. I don't want to film. I don't want to do anything. Like, I just want to be with love. I want to be around my praying mother. I want to be around my goofy daddy. Like, I want to be around my silly sisters. Like, I just need to be around just love.
Home.
Like, home.
Yeah.
I want to be around some cooked food. I want to be around some crawfish etouffee. I want to go get some bag of crawfish, bag of crab legs. Like, I just can't wait to be home and be around love, and just to like recharge my batteries, because I've just been feeling like we've been doing a lot. We've been working a lot, and like, I don't know.
Sometimes you need that though. Like, there's times
to get grounded.
Yeah, you have to. Sometimes if I'm going through depression and stuff, my mom would be like, do you need to come home and get grounded? Like, legit, same words, word for word. Like, do you need to come home? Sometimes you have to go home and remember where you came from and remember who you are, especially in the midst of like working so much and like doing everything, just going back home. It's just like this refreshing reminder to be like, this is where you came from. This is why you're doing it. This is a recharge. Take away all the opinions of social media.
Yeah.
This is exactly who you are. You know who you are.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes that. Like, it takes going back home. So like, even when you were telling me like, I just need to go home for a while, I'm like, I understand. Look, trust me, because there's been times I'll go back home and I'll go to my mom's house and walk around on the freaking streets where my mom lives just to remember when I was a teenager. I used to go write poetry on the...
I'm going to Bella Noche.
Yeah, period. High five. You can't go to Bella Noche, bitch. Where can you go? But yeah, all of that. There's also a lot of topics.
Oh yeah, I wonder how Keke Palmer doing.
Oh yeah, during this
holiday season, where her restraining order with her daddy. I mean,
daddy, baby daddy.
Oh no! Before we get into that,
what?
Tiptoeing around triggers. Because I got something to say about that.
Go ahead and say
I feel very strongly about this. And this is before I even got on the podcast. what I wanted to say about tiptoeing, I said right here, tiptoeing around other people's triggers, because that is relative to going home. When people are like, well, that triggers me when we talk about this, when we talk about politics, when we talk about other stuff around the Thanksgiving dinner. I feel like it is not my job to tiptoe around things that trigger you. I feel like you need to do the healing, the self-work, to do whatever you need to do. So when you hear those conversations, when you hear these things, all right, I've done the inner work, so whatever they say does not piss me off.
Yeah.
Honestly. And that's just what I want to say about that.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. I think that sometimes people have like these dumbass triggers and it's just like, girl, I can't get with it.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't want to be on eggshells in any relationship, like a friendship, a relationship,
nothing.
anything. Please, like, spare me the drama.
Literally. And I remember this one, when y'all were talking about drugs and meth, it triggered me. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, like literally,
well, log
go
out.
Figure that shit out. Like figure it out. Like I'm not about to tiptoe on our platform for shit that you need to be dealing with. Like I'm sorry. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just different because it takes a lot.
You
for
not.
me.
We the same. I agree.
It really takes a lot for me to care about certain things. Like I care about people, of course, but like it takes a lot for me to really be like offended. Like literally
it's
offended.
nothing in this world that somebody could talk about where I'm like, oh my God, well, that's triggering me. You're on the World Wide fucking web. What do you think is going to happen?
No. When I brought you around one of my white homeboys, you was just like, well, he was saying low-key a little.
He was racist.
He was a little racist. And I'm not saying I could deal with it.
But did I not handle it?
You did handle it well.
I handled that shit. He was saying some racist shit.
It do be underlying racist. It was like, he was saying like,
stuff about the war going on.
Oh, yeah, and my heart goes out to that, too. We haven't released a statement on that because it's a lot of genocides going on right now, and I just want to let everyone know that we are about...
What?
It's the sirens.
There's sirens in the background.
So I don't know if y'all
I don't know if y'all can hear that.
So it's about just humanity at the end of the day. We are praying for all different... Yeah, can you check on that mic?
We are praying for Palestine. I sounded country when I said that.
Yeah, we are playing. We can't even be serious, you guys. We really are so serious about this stuff,
bro. Actually, okay. So I grew up in the Bay Area. I grew up always saying "Free Palestine." And
is that just a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. Free Palestine. And I honestly, a lot of people have kind of been on us because like we haven't spoke on it. But the thing is that I am not fully educated in the situation. But what I do know is that of course, I don't stand with anybody getting murdered, children, men, women, I don't care, like none of that. I'm not an advocate for war in any sense. And there's so many like sides and this is what really happened. This is what really happened. To me, it's like, I just don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. And like, of course it's Free Palestine. Like, of course, like 100%, that's what it is. But I mean, people kind of been down my neck about not talking about it. And it's like, I am not the most educated person to talk about it in depth. Of course, I don't want anybody to be murdered or I don't want there to be a fucking genocide going on, of course. But all it's just like, I don't know everything that goes on. I'm not like up to date with the politics and everything like that. I just know like kind of like I have a one-track mind of like, well, I don't want anybody to get hurt or get killed. And this is
not fair. It's not right for hospitals to be bombed, children's schools to be bombed. It's not right in any way, shape, or form.
I'm sure if we were more educated on the topic, we would have more to say.
Honestly, I don't think it's really that fair for sometimes people to expect certain platforms who don't normally talk about politics to speak about political things. Honestly, I feel like the best thing that everyone can do is educate themselves. Donate to the causes that they want to donate to. I feel like it's all about just educating yourself because I did actually read into a lot of it. You have to make your own discernment in any situation and educate yourself at this point.
Yeah, and honestly, like people look at us like, oh, you're influencers. Like, what do you have to say about this? Bitch, I didn't even graduate high school. Okay, I am not the most educated person when it comes to fucking politics and shit like this.
And people gonna be like, well, educate yourself. But
and all I know is right and wrong. And of course, I know what is wrong is innocent people dying, and that goes across the board, across the globe. So it's just. I mean, politics is fucking dumb to me. Honestly, it really is dumb. It's dumb that there's so many people that have to go through the things that they go through. And I mean, I wish that I could press a button and stop what's going on. But unfortunately, I don't have that power. And my hearts go out to everybody who is dealing with that, has family members going through everything. And if there's anything more that we could possibly do besides the watermelon game on TikTok, because I don't actually think that does anything.
Wait, what's the watermelon
There's like
game?
some watermelon game on TikTok, and people are like, if you play this game, then it helps people in Gaza. And I'm like, I don't think that does.
Yeah.
If there's actually something, educate us, please, because we are not educated on the topic, and that's why we have chosen not to talk about it.
Yeah, and I've donated to multiple different organizations, and that's a way that I try to contribute.
And I have as well.
Exactly. So it's just, we both put forth our energy towards it the way that we choose to. And if we don't speak about it sometimes, doesn't mean that it's not relative.
Like, we don't care
not
about it.
But it is something that we deeply care about, and our hearts go out to everyone that's affected by it.
It is very, very sad. I can't even look at the videos.
That's what I'm saying.
can't.
I went in a deep dive, and I went, do you remember, this is off subject, but there used to be this website me and my sister used to look at back when we were younger. It was rotten.com.
No.
And it would be like the most gruesome.
Mm-mm.
It would be like, you'll see like, this is in no way, shape, or form about the war, but you would see like little people, like not little people, like people's bodies in half. Like they would show like murders of people body, like split in half from a train.
I can't watch that.
Like, yeah, it used to be sick. I used to love watching that, and I used to love watching like fight videos.
Yeah, I can't watch gory stuff or people unalived. Like that really fucks me up.
Kids make me, oh my God, kids will bring me
I
to
sometimes
tears.
will see videos on TikTok about children that are in Gaza, and like I'm just like, can I adopt them? Like, what is going on? Like, what can I do to help?
Adopt.
I'm such like, I want to adopt so bad, but like, it really does break my heart. But
So that was that on that, you guys. And our heart goes out to everyone. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? You talking about adoption. My mom, I told you about that. My mom told me to start freezing my eggs. I'm like, I'm only 22.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
why
only
are you telling
19.
me to do that?
My mom too, she'd be like, okay, freeze your eggs. There's only 15,000. I'll go half. I'm like, girl, you won't go half.
Yeah.
You want me to pay for that shit.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of things going on. Speaking of children, kids, Keke Palmer, her baby daddy, they got a baby. And they've been going through quite a bit on the internet. Keke Palmer released the footage of.
I think she released it to the court to get her restraining order. And I think someone released it. But it showed images of domestic violence in Keke Palmer's relationship with her now current baby daddy, Keke Palmer's baby daddy. Mm-hmm. And it showed like images. It seemed like where he was like dragging her. And all I gotta say to that is that Keke Palmer ain't never been in the news as much until she got a baby daddy.
That's what happens. You get a baby daddy, bitch. Everything just starts happening. Sorry, it's not funny. Everything starts happening.
And it just, my heart goes out to her too, because it's just like, damn.
I'm not gonna lie. I was laughing when the baby daddy released the audio of her mom going in.
Yo,
her mom was going the fuck in. That shit was hilarious. She was like, Usher's gay. You worried about that motherfucker? And I will fuck. I was like, oh my God, I love her.
I know, she's like every other mother.
She's
honestly,
like she's a regular ass mom, and
literally,
it was cracking
doing whatever
me up.
you want to do, whatever you got to do to protect your child at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100% facts.
It's just getting real messy because everybody's family is involved now. That's when, and that's why I can understand when people be like, if you gonna go back to this man. Not saying that Keke Palmer will go back to him, but when you...
Oh, she ain't going back to him, man.
Yeah, not at this point. But like, when you get family involved, it makes it so much...
messier.
Yeah. And it makes it so much more difficult to like, if you want to eventually later down the line rekindle that, because you could forgive somebody, but your family not going to forgive as easy at all.
You do some shit, baby, and the family and the friends find out, baby, it's like, we ain't never going to like you
We ain't going to never forget about it. At the wedding, they going to stare and be like...
Right. Like, this really the nigga that you
I remember that time
with.
you want to...
Right.
looking at the first dance like, that nigga ain't shit.
No, for real. So, I mean... Yeah.
Yeah. But there are other things we do have to get into. Like, I know it's been circulating, and I'm sure if you don't live under a rock, it's just another thing.
No pun intended.
Yeah, y'all are petty as hell.
God
now.
damn.
If you live under a rock, you probably haven't seen it. But if you don't, you have seen the most recent news circulation of Diddy and Cassie's lawsuit. It's actually insane, you guys. The lawsuit happened On the 15th, Cassie filed a lawsuit against Diddy for $30 million. And basically it was saying she's experienced sexual abuse, manipulation. She got MRI scans. She doesn't have half of her memory. For over a decade, she's been abused, beat, sexually assaulted by Diddy. And so it was a $30 million lawsuit that she filed. And of course, Diddy made a statement and was saying that these are false allegations. She's looking for a paycheck. So I want to know how you feel about that.
I don't think he said she was looking for a paycheck.
They did say that. The lawyer said that. They were like, she's just looking for a pay cut.
I think that he said that my well wishes, we're gonna deal with this amicably.
No, that was after. The first statement was he was like, this is the lawyers were like, she's looking for a paycheck, basically. That was 1,000% said.
By the lawyers?
Mm-hmm. That this is a pay grab. The Shade Room said it, so it must be true. No, I actually read about it myself. I told you I read the
lawsuit.
I did.
Sorry.
She don't want to talk about this.
I mean,
okay.
I'm just thinking. I know obviously people want us to talk about this. Obviously, me and
So why do you feel like you can't really talk about it?
I feel like there are things that, I mean, people do know some things that have gone on with me, you know, in my younger years. And it's just so complicated. Like, it's just like, it's just hard to talk about. And like, it's like people on the internet are like pressuring me to talk about it. Like, people are like saying stuff about what I wrote in my books and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they're like thinking they're putting pieces together and blah, 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 whatever the case. By the way, I've written 2 books. If y'all don't know that, I have written 2 books.
First one is See, I Was Right.
Yeah, you can get that on Amazon.
Really good book. Read it in a day.
But I think the reason why it's hard for me to talk about, obviously we talk about everything that goes on, like in the news and social media and everything like that. And at the end of the day, you know, I've had my own experiences.
So you've been intertwined with the family?
Yes, I've been intertwined with their family before.
How?
Well, I mean, so much pressure. I mean, obviously we know, like, I dated Justin for years on and off. And, you know, I love Justin. I will always love him. And I mean, I can say that there's some things that, you know, when I look back on that, they're hurtful. They definitely are hurtful. You know, it's things that I've had to deal with myself. Do I feel like it's on the level of Cassie? No. There's been people who have like commented on my stuff saying, oh, there's blind items about Justin being violent towards women and blah, blah, blah. That is not true. I'm sorry. That Justin is not violent towards women. He's never been violent towards me. I put my hands on that man multiple times and he ain't never done nothing back. I mean, I'm just being honest. So like, I have to be honest towards the situation. Like, he's not a violent man. Have there been situations, mostly a singular situation that was like hurtful? Definitely. I have some understanding towards it. I'm not 100% like, I don't 100% think that whatever happened with me was evil. I think that whatever happened with me was a parent trying to protect their child, I guess.
What happened for people who haven't read the book? Girl, we got to just get into it at this point. Do you think that those allegations are true? Because you have been around that. Do you think that those allegations are true?
No comments.
No comment? I think that whatever's done in the dark will come to the light. And that lawsuit was settled in 2 days. And that speaks volumes to me. I'm not going to lie to you. My first initial reaction was, I believe everything. And when I read into it, it's crazy. Y'all really have to Google Cassie and Diddy lawsuit, because we can't go in. We pay for an hour. But it's a lot. Like, she has permanent brain damage from she was being fed drugs and like she was getting hit on and all this other stuff. permanent like scans shown that. Have another one where it was told that she dated an artist and her car was like the artist's car was blown up, like was a real, like it's some real deep dark shit. So it's like when you see that evidence portrayed that way, it's just like you can't help but be like, oh, there's some deep underlying shit going on.
I
That you don't know about.
definitely think that with any powerful person, there's gonna be a lot of shit that does go on, and there's a lot of shit that, you know, there's a lot of shit. But I also think that there's a lot of children involved in this situation because, you know,
What children?
a lot of Diddy's children.
Oh, his kids.
Mr. Combs, he has a lot of kids who are still young
and impressionable
and very impressionable, and like that's my thing. I think that's my biggest thing. I think that it's just like his kids and everybody. Like, I mean, I do have love for Justin's siblings, and I have love because I have love for him, and I think for that reason, that's just the reason why I'm just like I rather just not, because at the end of the day, they're children, and like it's just like a lot, you know, a lot comes with money, a lot comes with the industry, a lot comes with all that, and
I think it's just a lot of darkness surrounded by it, and I don't know to what extent because I'm not in that family. Just from the things that I've read and I've seen, and I've also heard throughout the years, it does seem that I feel like, well, like I said earlier, whatever comes to the light is there for a reason. And I hope that it gives women a chance to speak up about anything that's going on in their life, whether it be 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 5 days from whatever it happened. I just feel like everyone deserves a voice to be heard.
And I want to add that I'm not taking any side.
No, of course not. I understand your
hear Cassie, and like honestly my thoughts are with her, and I understand, and I think that she's very strong for being able to get to a place where she's able to like speak out about things, and especially as publicly as a lawsuit. I mean, I commend her for like, you know, gathering that strength. I don't necessarily think it's a money grab. I think that everybody has their own perspective on their relationships that they've had with people. And sometimes people may not realize that they're hurting and traumatizing people. And
you know, I'm not going to lie to you. And this may sound crazy, but I literally, before I read everything, my first thing was like, oh, that me and you check running out. And literally, that was my first reaction. And then like, I'm like, oh, it actually goes deep because it's like, I didn't know the extent. I didn't even know how old Cassie was. She was 19. When you're young, you're impressionable. Like it was a lot of things that went on. And it's just like, I can imagine being young and wanting to be around the limelight, wanting to be around money, wanting to have someone like, of that status to help you elevate.
But like,
so it's I get it.
Yeah. I mean, like even when I was in that situation, I was told by somebody, I won't say who, but I was told by somebody that you got to know what kind of man you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting into. You got to be prepared for what you got to deal with. And like, it's a lot of shit that comes with money, and people think that they want, look, it's one thing dealing with a quote unquote rich, but it's a different type of money when you're rolling around with a nigga
who's a billionaire.
That gotta be like, it's a different type of money. Like it's just a different type of thing. And like, I don't think that Mr. Sean Combs is a terrible person. I don't think that he is. Do I think that he's probably made mistakes in his life? Of course. Do I think that there's dark sides to money? Of course. Do I think that it's hard for me to talk about because this is somebody who I love's parent? Like it's weird because like this is like a figure to people, but like this is also somebody who I like love dearly. It's his parent. So it's like hard. Like imagine like your parent is somebody you have no control over that person or what they do or what they say or if they be wilding out or not. So.
And to hear it from multiple different platforms and be like, this isn't the man that I know. And it's just like, there are all these rumors that other people know are saying. It's just like, I can't imagine what it would be like. It's like, I know my mom and my dad. Like, you know?
I mean, everybody has their own perspective of a person. And like, it's like on a personal level, it's on an outside level, it's on a acquaintance level, like, you know, and I just hope that peace and love. That's all I hope. Peace and love. That's really all I hope for. I mean, that's all I really got to say about it.
Look, Cassie got the check at the end of the day. So that's all that really matters. And I hope other people, if what she did, I hope it gives courage to other people, and not even just this Diddy and Cassie situation, to any woman who's going through something, who needs to feel like they need the strength to be vocal. I feel like there is a way for you to be able to do that. And, just, step out on faith and good things will come.
Amen.
Amen. What's another one? She didn't look. She was nervous. The girl sweating, pit stains, all type of stuff. Y'all, this episode has just been all over the place. No, you ain't got pit stains. Oh, you do a little bit. Would you rather cry in a Rolls Royce or a Prius? Nothing's wrong with Prius.
Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce me, please.
Sorry.
But you going to be crying either way.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
It don't even matter at this point.
You gonna be crying either way. So the whole statement, would you rather cry in a Prius or a Rolls Royce? Bitch, you gonna be crying either way.
You gonna cry regardless.
Yeah, so.
I told Winter to get a Prius.
She did tell me to get a Prius today. I said, absolutely the fuck not. Because I'm trying to get a new car, y'all. But anyways, do we get any advice for today?
Hey, Winter and Chy. I'm in need of some advice. Love the podcast, by the way. I've been ghosting one of my friends for the past month. She's a sweet girl, but I don't think we are a good fit anymore. She's not progressive and she's very male-centered. We're growing in opposite directions, and I've known this for quite some time. I've avoided it, but it's to the point where I don't even enjoy talking to or hanging out with her. It's actually exhausting as fuck to be around. Am I wrong for ghosting my close friend, or should I just have a conversation with her about how I feel?
Conversation.
1000% conversation.
Yeah. You don't ghost your friends.
You don't ghost anyone.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like ghosting is emotional abuse in a sense.
It is.
It is. I feel like ghosting is emotional abuse. I feel like you don't ghost anyone. I feel like you can have a conversation with someone about it. And honestly, some people may feel like, all right, at this age, we grown enough to know what you do, and but she's not really doing.
I mean, I just sometimes people are not for people. I've had friends like that. I've talked about it on the podcast before. Sometimes girls are just not my type of bitch. If you're not my type of girl, okay, we just need to take a step back and not be friends. It's that simple. If you're a girl, not someone, you can do that. But ghosting is kind of like, honestly, just tell her like, I don't think that this friendship is gonna work, and like it's nothing against you.
What if she start being like, well, I don't care about that, like just taking it the wrong? I don't. So here's my thing. I've never ghosted someone, but I've definitely like realized some girls weren't for me, and I just stopped
talking to
them. Not talking, but just like I'm not going to where you're inviting me anymore. And you gonna get the vibe. You gonna get the picture. You gonna see that like we're not clicking. Something isn't clicking with us, and it's just like it is what it is. So it's just like not really ghosting, but it's just like, hey babe, I can't. And after a while, they're just probably gonna get tired of inviting me. Yeah. So it's like, is that a passive aggressive way of doing it? Kinda.
I don't know. I just be like, girl, I'm gonna end up beating your ass. We can't be friends no more. Sometimes that just is what it is. Like you're just not my type of girl.
I'm crying.
For real, it be like that.
No,
don't ghost nobody though. Yeah, that's the advice for today. Don't ghost. Talk to them. Talk it out. You're grown. Communication is key, y'all.
It is. We missed you. We loved you. We hoped you loved us. Thank you for tuning in to Behind the Likes. See you soon.
Bye.